I do not agree with this man, but I have been seeing clips of Nick Fuentes talking about this same shit on the free speech aspect and being able to, man, I hate that man, but I am with him when he speaks on these type of situations. You know,
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of other independent people who are in the political space who are sounding the alarm, but all of them are, if you notice, all of them has been, uh, determined to be bad people, bad guys. And if we don't lock the
Yeah.
hell in, yeah, they coming for us all.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. Today, we're going to be talking about the very foundation of the United States of America, freedom of speech. Let's talk about it. All right. So on this episode, I got a special guest with me today. I'm going to bring him in. He's known as Tay Day. Say what's up to the people, brother.
What's going on, beautiful people? How y'all feeling?
All right, man. So before we even get started, before we go into what I got planned, what is your current opinion? How you see, how do you think free speech is being handled in this country under you all's favorite president?
Not my favorite. Hold on, wait. What? Not my favorite. I would much rather Bush, and that's saying something. Terrible, uh,
Jesus.
for that, I feel like it's under attack. Um, certain things are okay to say, but certain foreign entities you aren't allowed to criticize or have a critical thought about anything that they do, anything that they say. Or to tell you the truth, the right wing is being a bunch of snowflakes lately. You can't even say anything bad about Trump.
Oh.
To be honest, I feel like freedom of
Mm,
speech.
yep.
Trump is talking about um dealing with people who report on them bad. It's like, where do they do that at?
Yeah, I got a clip about that. I got a clip about that. We're gonna play a little later on. That's one of the clips I found. Um, but as far as what you're saying about a foreign entity, it's okay. It's okay to say what it is. We're talking about Israel. Everybody knows that. I got a clip that's talking about that too. And it's not. I think people are so quick to say you're anti fill in the blank for criticizing. You can criticize the state of Israel. This is where they get it conflicted. The state of Israel is secular. It's not supposed to represent Judaism, or the religion, the Jewish religion. Um, it's a secular nation, at least how it was supposed to be founded. So I don't understand. I don't understand the hiccup that people are having about being able to criticize a nation. I live in the United States, and I criticize the United States every single chance I get because this is the land of my birth. I care about the land my ancestors built. So I'm going to critique it. I'm going to criticize it only for the better because I'm trying to see the nation advance and progress and not regress, especially as Black people. We don't have any interest in seeing the nation go backwards.
Not at all.
Wasn't
Not,
necessarily good for us.
no. And the plus is,
So,
especially in the Constitution, we are allowed to speak our mind. And I don't
exactly.
understand. I don't understand why everyone is so soft nowadays to where I don't agree with you. You're talking about me. You should be canceled or you should be put
Right.
in jail or your speech should be policed. No, that's not in the Constitution at all. It's not.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do live in a more sensitive based society. That's how a lot of us see it. And a lot of us can't, a lot of us feel like we can't speak up in society these days because even though the threat of nobody really talks about being canceled anymore, but it's more so along the lines of I can't really speak my mind because, you know, people gonna stop rocking with me, or their own people are only following the herd because, you know, I speak truth to power. I speak what I got to say, and a lot of people rock with it. But would they be comfortable standing next to me in person out in public? Probably not.
Absolutely not.
So it's like, even when you have someone that goes out there speaking the truth, you agree with it in silence, but you're too scared because of societal pressures. You're too
Hmm.
scared to actually stand 10 toes down on what it is that you actually believe. I think that's one of the biggest issues we're having in the country right now today. So
And ooh, yeah, because nowadays speaking your mind can financially ruin you. To be honest, they can get you fired from your job. Anything,
exactly,
anything. They will find a way to make sure your
exactly.
life is a living hell.
And so I'm glad you said that because, you know, basically the guy we're finna talk about, Shlomo Kramer, was talking about putting limits. It was talking about putting limits on the First Amendment. When in all reality, we already are putting limits on the First Amendment because think about it. On these social media platforms, people censor themselves. You
Hmm.
can't say, even here on YouTube, people say schmexual or pew pew. It's like these are not illegal words. These are regular words. But because everybody's so busy trying to chase the dollar, everybody's so focused on being monetized. So it's like, in a sense, capitalism in itself. This is just my thinking. Capitalism in itself hinders or limits free speech. You don't have to really worry about someone trying to come in and take away the First Amendment. We're doing that to ourselves because we have these platforms. They're private platforms. They're not public. These are all private. You know, even if they're publicly traded companies, they're still like they're ran by some billionaire somewhere. And they still have these algorithms that censor people. So even though we have these platforms to come out here and speak the truth, speak our minds, people don't really speak their minds. They hold back. They make up words. They censor themselves. And to me, that's a betrayal of the First Amendment. Even though the First Amendment technically pertains to the government and not private entities. I know how this goes. I know
Right.
that's what people are gonna say. Oh, you're ignorant. You don't know about the First Amendment. I know about the First Amendment. But anyhow, we're gonna talk about Shlomo Kramer because that's what got us on this topic of today. So Shlomo Kramer is a prominent Israeli information technology entrepreneur and investor, widely regarded as, quote, the godfather of Israeli cybersecurity, unquote. He is best known for co-founding 3 multi-billion-dollar companies that have shaped the global network security industry. So this guy's a billionaire. He's founded 3 companies. One was Imperva. His first one was Checkpoint Software Technologies. The second one was Imperva, and the third one was Cato Networks. And he's a multi-billionaire. He's let's see, what is he currently? He's worth $2.4 billion.
Ooh.
And so this guy, you know, when billionaire, it's like when you have so much money on your hands, people don't know what to do with themselves. It's like you got all the money in the world and then you want to start policing the little folk because they think they own us. They really do feel this way. They believe that they own us.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna play this clip of him in his own words that he said on CNBC. He said it December, I think this was at the end of 2025. So we'll play this first clip right quick.
You're seeing the polarization in countries that allow for the First Amendment and protect it, which is great. And I know it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it. and quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government should
control the social media.
should do that.
What is your reaction? What are your thoughts on such a blasphemous statement such as that?
My first question: how cool was he with Epstein? That's my first question. That's question number one. Question number one: how close were you to him?
Okay. Okay.
But his thought process on the situation of limiting speech and checking the backgrounds of the people who express their opinions. How does he feel about racism, or is he only concerned with a certain group, the Israelis, being talked about, or their actions being displayed for the world to see? I don't know if he is genuinely trying to have a thought or try to police things the right way, because I feel like you can be as racist as you want to anybody else, but once you start critiquing that foreign nation with the Star of David in the middle on their flag, that's when it becomes a problem. Anything else, I guarantee you he doesn't care one way or another. One way or another, I guarantee you he don't care. Not at all. It's all about how can we make sure that nobody sees what we do, that nobody says anything about what we do. Everything else, hey, it's on the table. Pornography, do it. Be racist towards black people or indigenous people on the planet, do it. Start a white supremacy group, do it. Be quote unquote anti-Semitic is what they call it. Nah, that's not allowed. It's obvious. Like we can no longer sit here and act like this is a thing that's really like, you can't be oblivious to it anymore. You have to see the play. They are running a play. And are we going to fall in line? Because why would the government police any social media app unless it's egregious things happening on there, like murder and rape and, maybe drug dealing, things that are egregious. It shouldn't be. I believe in free speech. What Nick Fuentes was, I'm pretty sure a lot of people might know who he is or might not. If you do, look him up. He's an interesting fella, but he says racist things all the time. All the time.
All the time.
And he hasn't been canceled on anything. His clips are shared everywhere. Nobody says anything. But let him get to talking about that foreign nation. Oh, he's anti-Semitic. No, he's seeing the bullshit like everybody else. You cannot tell Americans that we can't say what we want when we see fucked up shit happening. It is happening. We see it. We will not be quiet.
Yeah. I don't even think he's an American citizen.
He probably
honestly
isn't.
And well, to your point, that was one of the first things that crossed my mind as far as like, being a black person. It's like, oh, okay. The most it's like the most punch that we give or the most power that we have is to like, hey, we police the N-word. It's like, okay, but they say other racist shit, come here, watermelon boy, or, you trying to run to get some chicken, and, all that bullshit that they always, all those tropes, and black people now have like taken back the power. It's like, watermelon good as fuck. What's your problem? chicken good as hell. Everybody like chicken, you know. So it's like, you know, even those tired ass racist tropes are useless at this point. But that doesn't negate the fact that yes, the racism still exists, and ultimately it's because of, you know, you want to wrap it around free speech, because I guess the Supreme Court ruled that hate speech falls under free speech, like it's hate speech, and it's like, so hate speech is allowed. Well, if hate speech is allowed, why isn't anti blah 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 covered under hate speech then? That's what I'm trying to understand. If you could disparage us, you can, because what it shows is who's at the bottom of the totem pole. That's how I see it. And whoever you're allowed to criticize has no power. Whoever you ain't allowed to criticize has some power. Doesn't it? I'm not accusing. I'm not even going in that direction. I'm just saying common sense. Let's let common sense prevail here, people. If you're allowed to talk about a group of people, that means that them people ain't got no organization. They ain't got no backing. They ain't got no money behind them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. But to be fair, white people have been running this country, you know, since it was an actual country. We ain't talking about the land. Since it was a so-called quote unquote country, white people have been in control of it. So, but they can't stop us from talking shit about them. If that be the case, realistically, to anybody, if anybody's watching this, I'm just gonna give you the secret. Black people don't think about white people at all. Okay, when we be in our social groups and our cliques, we're not thinking about y'all. We worried about our own shit. Like most of the time, if y'all come up, that's because y'all trying to come in our business. That's just given. I don't know why I'm letting the secret out, but it probably ain't even much of a secret at this point. But for this guy, to bring it back full circle, I think that was my ADHD kick in. I trailed off there for a minute, but to bring it back to this guy and talking about we need to put limits on free speech. If that was the case, we should have put limits on free speech 150 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why all of a sudden we trying to put limits on it now? And you know, like you said, these days people they are too soft. You can't take criticism. I've been criticized. Hell, I get criticized daily. It's about having thicker skin, being able to navigate these unknown perils in life that you're gonna go through. People are gonna talk shit about you, whether you do good, bad, or the otherwise. So I'm not understanding. Now, yes, nobody should be out here inciting violence. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
You know? But as far as this Shlomo guy, man, you know, kick rocks, bro. You made your money, you got your money, you're not even really a US citizen. I don't even know why you concerned about US policy, the United States Constitution. You're not even a US citizen. And ultimately, unfortunately, you know, I'm not trying to filibuster because I want you to speak some more, but ultimately what it does is it plays right into the conspiracy theorists' hands, because they already believe such and such and such and such run the world. You making statements like that play into their hands. You're not even a citizen of the US. Why are you worried about our speech over here? You should worry about your own country.
I can say that.
I'm just saying.
Oh no, they got that song up over there. You know, they have that song up. But as far the reason why he's concerned, because he pays our politicians. Our politicians are the ones who could change the law. So if he gives them enough money, so we might need you to tweak that a little bit, because if hate speech is hate speech, all of it should be banned.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to worry about getting on any type of social media platform at all where I see any kind of racism, any kind, towards any group of people.
Yep.
It should be, all hate speech should be outlawed.
Absolutely.
My personal opinion. But if hate speech is protected by the First Amendment, all speech is protected by the First Amendment. Cause then that leads into the second. That Second Amendment, hey, keep everybody honest. Keep
Is to
it,
protect the first one.
is to protect that first one. You can't tell me what I can't say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then,
I mean, well, so go ahead.
no, I mean, and then if you out here making terroristic threats and stuff, things of that nature, then yeah, we gotta police that as well too, cause that is trying to cause mass harm or bodily harm to anyone. That should definitely be outlawed as well. If we want to be moral about the thought of policing speech.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if not, if hate speech and all that is unprotected, then it's a free fall. It's a free fall.
I agree.
It should be no discussion about it. Hate speech is protected. All speech is protected then. Should nobody go to jail for threatening,
Yeah.
not saying it's me, but threatening to do, let's just say, blow up the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should
Yeah.
be protected if that's the case. But no, they come into your house, you say that. They come into your house.
Well, I mean, that would probably fall under the equivalent of saying, you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater, that type of thing. Because it's almost like it's basically that's a good segue to the next one I'm about to jump into, which is a breach of peace. So ironically, I found this video right as I was starting to do the research for this particular topic. It popped up, and so I had to actually go look into it. But I'm gonna play this video first about a woman getting up and speaking, and yeah, I'm gonna just let it play.
You're getting close to that breach of peace. So it's fighting everybody up, and you can't have that. And this is a public forum. You can't have that happen.
It's not her fault. Flock is working in partnership with Palantir. Palantir is funded by Peter Thiel. He is one of the richest men alive. Palantir is named after the evil all-seeing eye in Lord of the Rings. And that is an accurate name because Palantir has been used to track and surveil and murder people overseas. That same technology is being used with Flock Safety to funnel all of our data into a system that knows everything about you. Everything about you. And they have complete rights to that data. They may say that the data is secure here, but they do not own the data. No. And never once have we had technology where our data has been protected. Nope. Never once. Nope. What are they getting out of this? What are they getting out of this? This is not something we just let happen. No. And that is what they're trying to do today. If who represents us, vote them out. 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 Vote them out.
Now, I mean, at the beginning, the officer came talking about, yeah, you running up on, the line about that breach of peace. Now we can go into all the stuff she was talking about, the technology that they're using to off people overseas and how they're trying to incorporate that over here in the US. But, we can either talk about that now or save that for a different time. But the talk of breach of peace. So I had to look that up. I had to look up what that was, a breach of peace. And so what it was, a breach of peace, often legally classified as disorderly conduct, generally refers to any action that disturbs the public tranquility or incites fear, anger, or violence in others. In a public forum, such as a park, sidewalk, or town square, the definition is often balanced against First Amendment rights. While peace is a broad term, courts and local ordinances typically identify specific behaviors that cross the line from protected expression into a breach of peace. So he say he's trying to incite, or she was trying to incite. I don't see how she was trying to incite. She was there making her case, and the people were feeling what she was saying, and she ended it by saying, if they're gonna not represent our interest, we need to vote them out. Isn't that democracy?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, they they might classify it as, was it, that could have been, well, she wasn't at the podium. Let me say that. So they might try to do some
Mm-hmm.
legalese thing, like, well, you really wasn't speaking. You just stood up in the public forum and just started talking. The law is so wishy-washy. Um, Everything she was saying, she was hitting nail on the
Yeah,
head,
because
though.
I did got some instances.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I said she hit the nail on the head with everything she was saying. She hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
But, but I feel like she was informing the public.
Yeah.
To me, she was just informing them. But you know,
Well,
whoever was on the board,
yeah.
whoever was on the board up there on the council, if they don't like what you're saying, they can't have you removed.
Mm-hmm.
It really don't even matter. You can be as nice as you want to be. If they don't like what you're saying, they can just have you just escorted out of there.
Right. Well, I get that. What else? Basically, I guess one of the causes, or they went into some more detail about the breach of peace. Incitement to violence using, quote, fighting words, unquote, or speech specifically intended to provoke and intimidate, I'm sorry, or mediate physical altercation or riot. Unreasonable noise, operating loud machinery, using amplifiers at prohibited hours, or shouting in a manner that disrupts the ability of others to enjoy the public space or nearby private property. Obstruction, physically blocking entrances to buildings, preventing the flow of pedestrian traffic, or standing in the middle of a roadway to stop vehicles. To me, that just sounds like protesting, but
That's
okay.
exactly.
Disruption of huh?
No, I said exactly. It sounds
Yeah.
exactly like protesting.
Disruption of lawful assembly, purposefully interrupting a permitted event, such as a protest, funeral, or government meeting, to the point where the event cannot continue. Threatening behavior, direct threats of physical harm against an individual or a group that causes a, quote, reasonable fear for their safety. So, I'm not really seeing anything as far as like the breach of peace. What I'm reading, I'm not really seeing. He's saying she brushing up against the line, and I'm trying to understand where, because she wasn't, at least from what I'm seeing. Yeah, you're getting people riled up and amped up. How's that any different from someone being at an event somewhere trying to get the crowd going? Are they inside? I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it wrong or stupid, but I don't understand it. To me, it just looked like a member of law enforcement. Law enforcement is a representation of the government, and the government would love to put restrictions on free speech. This woman is getting up here speaking, and the crowd is agreeing. They're just not liking what she's saying.
That's really what it is. They didn't like what she was saying. Cause after you read that, I didn't hear anything. I guess the most violent words that the the council heard was "vote them out." That was the most
Oh
violent
yeah,
word they
yeah,
heard. Vote them out. Oh no, we're
yeah,
not doing that. Yeah, so it's
yeah,
uh, but she was just informing, telling the truth, and making people aware of
yeah,
what's really happening. Because maybe a lot of people in the crowd didn't even know anything about any of that. So it sounded like some people did, but maybe not
yeah.
everybody did. And,
Mm-hmm.
and we in a digital age. It's the best time. If you got information, it's time to share it. Don't keep it. Don't hoard it to yourself. Let
Yeah.
everybody know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, you know, free speech is, like I say, the bedrock, the cornerstone. People in America are used to being able to have the right to talk shit. That's literally one of America's favorite pastimes, is talking shit. That's why you got so many people that do, you know, content. You know, a lot of people get behind a microphone, including myself, um, to be able to voice our opinion. Like in other countries, you know, they don't have the right to be able to speak their mind like that. Like in other countries, they do have people brainwashed, in a sense, scared of whatever secret police they're going to send after them because they didn't like a post that you made or didn't like a statement that you made. And it's like, you know, a little bit of that goes on here, but not like in Russia or China or, you know, like stuff, places like that. It's like, you know, say what you will, about America, but we, you know, a lot of shit does happen here that I disagree with. I rail against it 24/7. But the one constant that we've always had, you know, is the ability to be able to talk our shit. Because at the end of the day, you better allow us to talk our shit, because it's gonna go another way if you trying to impose some things and the people don't agree with said things. And you know, there's too many weapons over here. You know, it's basically about trade-offs. You know, it's like, you know, we gonna do what we gonna do, but we gotta let them talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? The people in power, like, we gonna fuck them, but we gotta let them talk shit.
No, absolutely. It's kind of like, yeah, we can let them talk. It's not gonna change nothing, or that's what it seemed like to not be doing.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, we let them
Exactly.
talk because the alternative is, and it's too many of us with,
Yeah.
it's too many,
Exactly.
it's too many of us with them goddammits. And this could be, this could be
Oh Lord.
terrible. This could be a real terrible situation because,
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna play this next clip. And this clip is basically about a young woman talking about what most people who create content on these social media platforms have experienced in one form or another. I know I've experienced it personally myself. I've made a video or two about it. But it fit right into the topic of conversation right here.
Is it just me or is TikTok different now? Like your likes and views are disappearing. I had like a lot of views on my videos yesterday and I went back and it's gone. It's like cut down. I don't know what they're doing on this app, but I don't think this app is it. It's not the same app anymore. Is there a different app that people are going on that people want to share? Instagram is no better either. So we're kind of like, they're really trying to take away our access to information by trying to moderate social media in a way that serves the purpose for them. At this point, it's just a strategic way to get information filtered through again, and so that we do not see the way we see it. And now that's what's really happening on this app, on all the Meta apps. And it's crazy that a country like America, where democracy and free speech exists, is no longer in existence.
So basically, in a nutshell, like we were saying, these private/public entities known as the social media platforms have a way of silencing you without actually silencing you. They'll just play with the algorithm to essentially shadow ban you. Have you experienced that?
yeah, it's been a few times I have posted something and they have given me a warning. And like, they took down my post. They didn't even let me post it. They took it down. And I was like, what I said wasn't even really that bad. I was just pointing out something, but it's, but, it's crazy because when you bring in the light to a certain situation, yeah, they will stop you. They will say that, nope, this post is against our community guidelines. And, but I could get on there and say nigga all day. And nobody will, they won't even bat an eye.
Right.
I could share as many cat videos as I like, many dog videos as I like. I can share videos about cars, things that are like things that can keep you not informed, keep you just living in the dream state, if you will. And it's strategic.
Yeah.
It's strategic. It's the things to keep us separated and not everybody having the information to come together and make informed decisions when it comes to political stances or anything. Because I had a conversation with my friend at work. He's a white guy. And we was discussing our algorithms and how different they are between me and him. Cause he's I think he's a Republican, but, and
Okay.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat at all. I don't, but I guess a lot of the stuff I do see is more left leaning, but we was just having that conversation. And I was like, that's weird. Why would it be that different between us? Cause me and you really have more in common, you know, the more that we conversate and get to know each other on a personal basis than the things that's different. And a lot of the things we're mad about. So why do they keep us separate? They mute the things on these social media apps to keep us separated, and they push one version to over here and one version over here. And they like, fight about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
all a distraction. It's all a fucking distraction. All of it. I might have went off.
Now you good.
No.
Now your coworker, does he acknowledge it too? Does he is he able to draw the same conclusion that you are?
Oh no, absolutely not. He no. He believes that, damn. I'm not gonna say his name, so you have no idea who I'm talking about.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
but he believes in Sharia law. He think that they trying to do Sharia law in America, and I was like, bro, do you know where we are? That shit will never happen, and I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what Sharia law is, and I'm like, that's got to do something with Islam. I have no idea what it is, but we are in America, bro. That is never gonna happen.
It's just a scare tactic that they use, man.
No, he
That's
is.
all. Yeah.
He's radicalized, and he classifies himself, even though he's Republican, he classifies himself as a nationalist. In my mind, I hear Christian nationalist, and I know what you're saying. You just don't want to say it because I'm black, you're white, and you know I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know what you're saying. You just not saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the minute you said that, I'm like, I know what that is.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm like, nationalist. I've never heard of that. Do you mean Christian nationalists? I've heard of that, and I know their thought process, and they are weird. They are weird, but no,
well, I mean, I'm not accusing him. I'm not accusing him. I don't know him personally. I just know people of that ilk. You know, they want to see this return back to a purely, well, I'm not even gonna say turn back, because it was never that. It was never a white nation. You know, no matter how much you tried to make it be that, It was never a white nation because the Native Americans were here, and the Native Americans came in all shades.
Oh yes.
So let's call that what it is. There was some, I had to come around to the idea of learning that black folks was here prior to them landing here. And I should have known because I had read up on my history of knowing that Africans had been coming here centuries before trading with the Native Americans. So it's like, of course, black people were here. They've been coming here. They just didn't have the desire to take over someone else's land because they had their own. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the colonizer mindset. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. Them nationalists, white nationalists, Christian nationalists, whatever. It's all a purity contest for them. They want to see the country white. People say this is a white Christian nation. No, it's not. It never has been.
Never.
And it just goes to show that you don't even know your own history. Your so-called founding fathers were deists. They some of them were atheists, but they were deists. And if you don't know what a deist is, just look it up. Like, the point being is they didn't have a religion. They were borderline atheists. So what do we, I don't get it. It's just people trying to push a narrative. That's all. And it goes to show people don't know their damn history. They don't read. And half of history is lies anyway. But still, it's just like, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. We were talking about free speech and the fact that these social media platforms, these platforms that we all operate on. I've been saying this for the past week about how they're owned by right-leaning billionaires. They're owned by these people who fit right in the Republican Party. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm gonna sit up here and talk mess about Democrats too when I get the chance to do so. But the Democrats are not currently in power. So you want me to beat a dead horse or kick somebody while they down. They don't have any power. They don't got any leverage. They can't stop shit right now because people ain't vote for them. I'm talking about the people who we currently have in power. Now, if Democrats ever get a trifecta, I'm going to talk my shit too. Y'all need to fix this shit. People need to go to jail for the crimes that they are committing. I'm talking about in this administration, war crimes, sex crimes, financial crimes. People need to go to jail. Y'all need to have that same energy that y'all got for black people when you catch a black person with a small amount of weed. You be ready to throw them away for 50 years. You need to have that same energy. That's the type of energy I'm bringing if the Democrats ever get back in power. Again, getting off subject again. We're talking about free speech, but I'm using my free speech to talk about the changes that I want to see in this country.
Absolutely.
So with these social media algorithms and shit, man, they just, I don't know.
No. Have you ever have you ever tried to just, I think I put up, I'm gonna say it. I put up, Zionism equal Nazism. I put it, and I'm not even sure if Nazism is even a word, but I made it up. And I posted it. I got flagged so fast, and I'm like, but I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Why is it flagged? You are breaching community guidelines. I didn't say anything crazy. Are you paying attention to the world? It is, well, mate, that's too much truth though. You are allowed to say nigga, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch. All kind of crazy shit. But when you start noticing things that don't make sense, they will stop you. And I'm pretty sure you have had a couple videos that you will post it that they have been like, nah, we don't like that.
Yeah, just currently, recently, I should say, yeah, just as of a few days ago. But Yeah, it's you know, there's so much that I could say more about this topic, but I got some other clips to play, so I'm actually gonna play that clip that I just accidentally played that I gotta remember to edit out.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that clip and go back to that one.
On two bills. One saying that if you boycott Israel or anything Israel supports, you could be fined up to $1 million and go to jail. Another one says that if you speak out against Israel, you can lose your American passport. Is this Israel or fucking United States of America? Y'all sitting here worrying about goddamn Charlie Kirk, and we got a whole nother fucking country trying to own us. White people included. Y'all sitting here trying to do all this damn infighting with left versus right. We got a whole nother country sitting over here telling us how we should talk, how we should speak, what we can and not speak about, what we can speak about. And y'all letting this shit fly right under the radar. Where are all these MAGA lovers that say America first? Because baby, this is not America first. Where are all you right-wing, American-loving, white pure blood? Where are y'all at? Because y'all should be talking right now. All the people that follow Charlie Kirk that believe white men and white people come first, this is a problem for y'all. Y'all focusing on the wrong thing, because if this bill comes through, that is your First Amendment rights being infringed on. That is your freedom of speech being infringed on. That is saying Israel owns the United States of America. But hey, y'all don't listen to black women either.
What's your response to that?
Woo-hoo! Yeah. I'm a yeah. Oh man, yeah. It's crazy. Uh Finding us for boycotting? Boycotting. Boycotting.
Mm.
Wow. How fucking stupid do they think we are? That's really the real question. Like, don't nobody see what the hell is going on here?
They think we're very stupid.
This is not, I'm gonna stop calling it Israel. I'm gonna call it what it's called. This isn't Palestine. This isn't an occupied land by foreign people that gets to call the place another place when it truly isn't. This isn't Palestine. That's the real name of the landmass, not Israel. Israel was a people, not a landmass. It never has been. Never will be. But it is what it ain't. That's something for a whole nother time. I'm not going to even get into that. But they are really, really trying, because people are, the boomers and Gen X, they are the ones who have political power right now. People of that age range.
Mm-hmm.
And the millennials and everybody up under them are not going anywhere. It's dead with us. It's dead. I'm talking about on the right, the left, independent, no matter what it is. No, it's over for that. It's over. And they know that since we are their biggest, since we give them the most, or I think we are the only country that gives them like military, military weapons and things like that. Man, they are really, they are trying to stop it because they know it's a wrap. That's why this war has been started the way it has been started, because this was their last chance. Because after everything that's been going on for the past, since, October 7th, which was, I don't know how many years ago, but it's quite a while ago, the world has seen the treachery. The world has seen, because, we all had the sheet over our eyes, and nobody was looking, because we just thought that's
our happen in 2023. Yeah.
Everybody is like, no, Israel's a great place to be. But then you hear people come that's over there in Palestine. I'm sorry, let me not call it Israel, because it is Palestine. Telling us the conditions and how other people who aren't a part of a certain religion, because that isn't a bloodline either. Judaism is not a bloodline. It's a religion, but that's a topic for another day. And how they treat people who happen to be, Muslim and even Christian. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
and watching the destruction of Gaza and the annexation of the West Bank and how they are just taking people's homes and lands and things. Yeah, everybody has woken up and nobody they have to enforce the politicians that they pay, whether it be AIPAC or whatever Israeli, organization or super PAC that donates to these campaigns to get these people elected. They got to follow suit. They want that money to keep coming. And that's how you
Yeah,
get, and
APEC has been catching a bad rap as of late. So they're trying to, well, not trying to. They've already shifted. They've created different campaign packs and things to try to get away from the APAC name, but it's still under the same umbrella. They know APAC has become a toxic brand, and so they're still out there. They're still gonna, and that's what I don't understand. That's a foreign entity operating on American soil, and it should be identified as such, but it's not. And whatever. That's
they have,
you can only deal with so many problems in a day.
yeah, and it's like they have carte blanche to do whatever. It's like, no, we're gonna pay them.
Yeah.
Tell everybody, how can they affect universities and college kids having the right to protest, to be against something, which they have every right to? And if you disagree, you can get deported if you're a student from another country.
Oh boy. I don't really even know what to say to that. It's just the attacks on free speech are never ending.
Never.
It's never going to end.
But you are allowed to say, like a lot of people from the right have said, I hate Obama. That's free speech. I hate AIPAC. Send him to jail. Lock him up. Make him lose his livelihood.
That's insane.
What? That's insane. I hate Benjamin Netanyahu. That's anti-Semitic. And I will say it. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. He is a war criminal and deserves to be locked up.
It's not anti-Semitic. He's in charge of a secular government. It's not anti-Semitic. You're not talking about all of them. You're talking about one person. How can it possibly be anti-Semitic? You're talking about one person, a public figure, the leader of a secular government. Or has it all been one big charade, one big lie? Is it really a secular government, or what are we doing? Whatever. I'm not gonna get into all of that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but they are really pulling it. And it's like, is this America? And like she said at the end, but
Right.
y'all don't listen to black women. No, they don't. Cause they wouldn't listen.
No.
We probably wouldn't even be in this mess we in right now. To be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. Well, so I'm gonna lock in and get to this next clip and see what they talking about.
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump is calling negative coverage of him now illegal. He is ramping up his attacks on the First Amendment in ways that I actually never thought I would see from a United States president. In the Oval Office minutes ago, he was asked about his recent statements about media, about Kimmel and the press, and he claimed that media bias is illegal, pointing to his, quote, 2,600 to 525 county win margin as a proof of, quote, landslide times 2, arguing that 97% negative news coverage violates the law. Quote, when 97% of the stories are bad about a person, that's no longer free speech. Here's the thing. That is free speech. That remains free speech, whether it's a good story or a bad story or a neutral story. If it's a truthful story, it is covered by the First Amendment and by free speech in America. And I'll say this, it has never been scarier to be a journalist in this country. So make sure to subscribe to support my work, my Substack link to my bio, and follow along for more to come soon.
So this guy, I don't I almost run out of things to say about this guy, man. Like, how can you be so in your feelings? He's already been attacking the press from the jump. And don't get twisted. Me and mainstream media, we don't see eye to eye. You know, they tricked the shit out of me, had me fooled, thinking that Kamala had it in the bag. You know, all these false polling, all the shit that they did, only for them to get the guy that they wanted. It's like it's an abusive relationship that he has with the media. Fake news. He insults the journalists, calls them all types of names, called one woman Miss Piggy. He verbally abuses y'all, but then you can't help but chase after this guy. And now it's not free speech because most of the stories you write about me are negative. And so basically that should be illegal. How? It's like free speech is it's not only being attacked by foreign billionaires, but by your own fucking president. I don't get it. Like Americans really do need to figure out how to lock in, get back discipline, and understand that they've been chipping away at our rights piece by piece by piece. What they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you chip away? How do you get rid of rights? How do you get rid of people's rights? Chip away one little piece at a time. That's what they've been doing. And they got us just docile as hell, distracted. Oh, let's keep them divided because we really fucking them both. But you know, let's act like one is superior than the other.
It's
this guy, man.
He's a malignant narcissist, man. I have never seen narcissism on this scale ever in my life. And I know the word narcissist has came into the lexicon and has been overused, but if there was a person that was a narcissist, look at this man. This man is the biggest narcissist I have ever seen. If there is a mirror, he will stare at it for hours, just telling himself how great he is. He is, I don't know. He just can't take criticism. We do the best deals all over the world. Like they're abusing us.
Oh Lord, you almost sound like him.
Like, man, it's the weirdest thing ever that at this point, anybody who's following Trump is a part of a cult. This is a cult.
Yes.
At this point, it's no longer, it's no longer this is the president. No, this is your cult leader. You need to go get mentally checked. Something is wrong with this man. He threatened to annihilate a civilization. A civilization.
Yes.
In what world will we not stop and look like, oh, that motherfucker's crazy? And now you can't report on him? You're not doing anything good. That's why it's all good. Do something good.
Yeah.
But you refuse.
Well, I would say this about the American system, just in general, not even just the American system, because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in other countries, especially over in Hungary. They just had their election and was able to get rid of their dictator. I think his name is Viktor Orban. He was in power for 16 years. And he came in there and turned everything around, basically trying to strip the country of its democracy. But the flaw in all of these plans, the flaw in all of these governments and elections and all of that is when you get a mad king or mad tyrant figure that gets in office and start doing all these radical things that every single person or the majority, a good solid majority of people disagree with, meaning you're trying to uproot, aka maybe take away something called freedom of speech, something like that. You want to make perilous moves such as that, and yet people just stand by and let it happen because of the power structure, because of, well, this person was elected president. It's like I truly I'm getting to the point where I don't think we'll ever have another revolution in America. I don't think we'll have one. I don't think we have one because people are just too complacent. They're too lazy. They too docile. I don't think we'll have one. People, like you said, people are too soft. You know, it's more convenient. It's more convenient to just, you know, pick up your phone and make a video. Hell, a lot of people cry on camera these days, which is something I try my best to never fucking do. I'm not trying to cry on no fucking camera. You know, like Jesus, go. You know, but see, I'm a man. I'm an older millennial. Go cry in the corner. Go cry in the shower. Don't fucking cry on camera. But I'm not here to criticize, be judgmental in that area. It's just people don't have the means. We already don't have a mechanism in place. And I've said this many times. We already don't have a mechanism in place to get these people out of office once they get in there and start doing shit that we didn't vote for them to do. We don't have anything, any levers to say, no, your ass got to come out right now. We can't wait a year or 2 years. We can't wait till your term is up. You have to fucking go now because you're doing too much destruction, too much damage. We don't have anything like that. And I guess it's kind of like a good thing we don't have nothing like that because it'll go along partisan lines. But it's like when it gets to the point where it's bipartisan like this fat fucker is starting a war. It's messing up fuel prices and everything else about to go up. And the companies and all these corporations, all these fuckers just chomping at the bit because they like, cool, we get to raise prices again. I just made a video the other day about how is it that these same companies and shit that so-called paid the tariffs, now all of a sudden they're about to get refunds on record for the tariffs that they paid. But in all reality, they didn't pay the tariffs. We paid the tariffs because every expense that they incurred, they passed it down to us, which means they never took the hit. We saw our prices increase. Oh, tariffs. Why? This shit used to be $2. Why is it $5 now? Oh, tariffs. So now all of a sudden you get a refund, even though you didn't pay the tariffs to begin with. They double dipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only saying that because I'm only saying this because currently I still have the right to free speech while it still exists. Because if it gets to the point where they want to really take away free speech like they're fighting to do, every time somebody like me crack this mic open to start talking about the real shit that's going on, we're going to jail. Or worse, meet a firing squad or some shit. What are you doing? You know you're not supposed to speak out, dumbass. Come on. You know what's about to happen. Does anybody want to live in a fucking country like that?
No one. That isn't.
I don't know, man.
Being black in this country, it's always going to be love, hate. I love it. I hate it. But it's only what has been done to my people. I feel that, well, I'm going to touch on the point too. We have a mechanism to get this man out of office, but they won't use it. They will not use it.
You mean impeachment?
Yeah, that's 25th. Get him enough. That can get, yeah, get him the fuck up out of there. But, and the only reason why can't nobody really, revolt or anything like that. Cause most of us are barely holding on. Most of us are struggling.
True.
And we got, some of
Yep.
us, or a lot of us have kids or have wives and things that we really got to worry about. So half the time we can't beat the pavement and, and do what we should be doing to galvanize the people to, make some real change. Cause we trying to figure out how am I going to pay my rent? How I'm going to pay my car note? I need to get groceries. My kids need clothes. I got to pay for childcare.
Yeah.
I got to pay back the student loan. It's all of these things that's happening. And it's it's a fucked up system because they are just eating us at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tariff buyback, but we paid off the tariffs and now they gonna get the money back. So what the fuck was the point? There was no point. You are having a
Tariff is nothing more than a tax, man.
he is having a temper tantrum like a fucking toddler. Like a toddler. You didn't do what I want you to do. This is America. This is why the world is turning against us. This is why when you ask for help in the Strait of Hormuz, everybody like, no, we're not helping you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not. And you made a stupid board of peace that you got to pay into. That's gonna collapse too as well. Man, this guy is ruining everything. And by the time this war is over with Iran, we're going to be the ones who get blamed for it.
Of course. The thing I guess, to close this particular part out, the thing that I can't stand the most. And I've been thinking long and hard about this, man. It's so crazy that when Biden and Kamala was in office, it was just everything was all bad and everything was hell and everything was shit. You would have sworn we were in a damn depression. And that Trump was gonna come in when Trump and I saw black people saying this ignorant ass shit too. Man, when Trump was in office the first time and I had money, you had money because he was riding off of Obama's economy. This is how the motherfuckers don't understand. You don't get it. Obama walked into a shit show because of Bush. They turned that shit around. By the time he was done, the economy was good, just in time for another fucking Republican to come in and fuck some shit up. Now, to be fair, I don't even like giving this orange bastard a mulligan or anything like that. The fact is, it ain't his fault about COVID. It's his fault how he handled it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he didn't cause COVID. That's a fact. Like, so I can't get at him about that. How you went about handling it though was a shit show. So Biden comes in office, trying to turn everything around. People forget all that shit that QAnon and all those conspiracy theorists on the right, all that conspiracy shit, them right-leaning conspiracy community, all the shit that they said Hillary was going to do, Obama was going to do, Biden was going to do, lockdowns, all this shit, it was they guy that did it. Trump did the lockdowns, not Biden. People forget that. And it's like all the shit that y'all said, Democrats were going to do. Y'all accuse Hillary and all them of and some of them were probably involved. I'm not going to sit up there and say they wasn't. I don't know who's all in the Epstein files, but we know one person that is in the Epstein files. The person who's been redacted out of all of that shit.
His name was in it so much. His name was in it so much. If the word was don't, all they saw was D-O redact. It was like they copied and pasted it. Oh God, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is your guy. And like everybody's feeling the pinch, everybody's feeling the pain now. And it's like all of a sudden now, well, it's both parties. It's both people are doing this, both sides. But when Biden was in office, oh no, it was just Biden. Oh no, it was just Democrats. Now all of a sudden that Republicans in office, oh no, man, both sides are trash. No, motherfucker. We talking about the ones that in power. When Biden and them was in power currently, they didn't have the House and all of that, but Biden was still the president. Okay, well, you can't run from it, bruh. You still in charge, even though, you know, going according to the Constitution, you have 3 branches of government. They all co-equal, so one can't dominate the other.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But the Republicans got a trifecta. And now all of a sudden, well, it's both parties. Both sides are trash. Both sides don't like us. Why don't you just criticize the people that are in power now? I know both sides are trash. But the difference is I didn't say both sides were trash when Democrats were in office, even though one of the many things that I wanted Biden to do was that student loan forgiveness shit. And he tried. I will give him credit. He tried. It was the Supreme Court who shut it down. Who's on the Supreme Court? The right. Republicans. It's a 6-3 majority for the Republicans. They're the ones who struck it down. Now, you could argue if the Democrats were in power, would they have struck it down? I don't know. I don't know. They all big business got their hands in both of their asses. So I don't know. But I know for a fact Republicans was going to do it off top. No type of forgiveness for the everyday people, except when it comes to them PPP loans. Them motherfuckers got their shit forgiven. Why is it that you can forgive PPP loans, but you can't forgive student loans? That's crazy. That's hypocrisy at its finest.
Yeah.
People don't want to have that conversation. So for all the black MAGAs out there, and I know they ain't even watched this shit this long because it's toward the end of the video. You know, everybody, all these black MAGAs, and I know quite a few of them. It's like you won't even say a bad thing about this motherfucker now. You won't say shit bad about Trump now. You guys voted. You guys rode his you rode his manhood so hard, caping for him to get him elected, and now he in office, and look what he doing. He doing everything he said he wouldn't do. No new wars. That's all he's doing. And you guys fell for it, even though everybody saw through it. Everybody was like, man, why? We knew how bad he was the first time. It's not like you didn't have a sample size. You had 4 years of this clown, and you seen how bad it was. And you said, you know what? I'd like some more of that. So you get what you get. You get what you get. And everybody's silent now. You ain't gonna be. I don't want to hear shit when gas prices hit $6-7. Don't bitch then. Don't bitch and complain. It's what you wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what you voted for. It's what you wanted, right? You don't get to bitch. You don't get to complain. You don't get to say nothing. As a matter of fact, your opinions on any political shit for the rest of your days are null and fucking void. They don't mean shit. Anybody who voted for this motherfucker has no ground, fucking legs, no ground to stand on in terms of political talking points. You don't get to engage in any more political debate. You don't get to talk about politics anymore. I don't give a fuck what you say about a Democrat or an independent. You have no ground to stand on because you voted for this shit. You can't blame nobody but yourselves and the fucker you voted for. Sorry to get on my soapbox, but
you're right.
I just get sick of seeing this shit.
No, and the part that's gonna be crazy, if he leaves the office legally, because he keep threatening, you know, people should say I should run for a 3rd term. No, the fuck you shouldn't. It's not even legal.
No.
How can you pull that off?
No.
But once he leave office and the next person comes in, everybody gonna act like they never voted for Trump.
Oh my God. You are so right about that.
Everybody gonna act like they never did. And I'm gonna be like, no, we got receipts. That's why your kids don't talk to you no more. That's why your family is disjointed, because they know that something is wrong with you mentally. This guy does not, to all you Christian nationalists out there, this guy does not believe in the Bible. He couldn't give you one scripture if you asked him personally. Just give me one. I just need one. It's all good. Okay, give me something that has touched you. And I'm not a Bible thumper at all, so don't get twisted. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I believe in God, but not in the way that you believe in God. You know what I'm saying? But they are really going to act like, they are really going to act like they didn't vote for this guy, and they're going to act like everything that he has done and is doing. They're like, yeah, I was against it from the start. No, you wasn't. You screamed and shouted his name. You loved all his policies. While you're getting fucked. You're not rich. Well, I don't understand what people don't get. You're not rich. They're fucking you.
I know, right?
Cause you're not rich. You don't got it like that. But the people who about to eat are the people that's with the got their foot in the infrastructure where they gonna get all the money. And everybody else just gonna be looking around like, damn, it's still bad. I still gotta work 60, 70 hours a week just to provide for my family. I barely see them. My kids think I don't love them.
Yeah.
My wife is fucking another man. Cause these are things that will happen. This isn't me just saying. These are things that will happen. If you have to give your life away to provide for your family, and then these things will happen because people get lonely. And you become an afterthought when people don't see you. Yeah, you providing, but how many people are really like locked in to like, oh, my dad is doing this or my mom is doing this because they love me. They start to resent you for it. You're not there. It's this going on. You're not there. You know what I'm saying? And it's a natural thing that always happens, but we giving our lives to these corporations just so we could provide for our family, and it's not working. You know what I'm saying? It's not working for none of us. Both parties are eating the middle class and the poor.
Yeah.
It's almost unattainable
they don't never talk about the poor, but yeah.
We could, like, a lot of us trying to own a home. Do you know how fucking hard it is to own a house at this point?
Yeah.
And they continue, and they just try and try and try and try. And I don't want to hear no more talking heads talk about anything. Are we going to do something about it? Whether it's when the midterms come up, I'm going to vote my ass off. When the next presidential election come around, I'm voting my ass off. I might even run for Congress. Don't vote for anyone who takes any PAC money, period. I don't care what it is. No PAC money.
Yeah, I agree.
They are going to fuck you if they take PAC money. They are going to pretend like, no, we care about your
all strictly donor based.
All donor based. And you should be able to back check who the donors are. It should be a limit. You can't get them.
Yeah. Well, it used to be.
Yeah. And we need to go back to that because, now that all these lobbyists, and everything has gotten into politics, it has muddied the waters. That's why our food is poison. Our drinking water is poison.
Yeah.
Air quality.
Yeah, the Citizens United shit fucked up that shit, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's all bad because they could just be like, here, I'm gonna slide you a couple 500,000. I'm gonna put it towards your campaign. Yeah, when that bill comes across your desk, just vote yes. It's okay, just vote yes. Yep. We're not doing nothing to the environment.
Exactly what's going on.
And I just wish that we all could see that because it is both parties. But those right wingers who said it was the Democrats, don't say it's both parties now. No, it's your party. Talk about your party.
Mm-hmm.
It's your party.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's all I ask. Just be consistent. Because again, I'm saying all what I'm saying publicly in terms of if the Democrats come back in power, they get the House, they get the Senate, they get the presidency, then I'm gonna be on their ass.
Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what you gonna do with this newly found power that you got? That's what I'm looking. What you gonna do now? You got it. What you gonna do with it? Because if I don't see people going to jail, because y'all keep talking about they making all the, they committing all these crimes, if they doing all the shit you say they doing, then we need to be putting people away. I know y'all all play for the same team, but what are we doing here? And again, what are our options? We could try to rise up, but people heart ain't in it. I think, let me backtrack a little bit. I think if gas reached $7, $8 a gallon, I think people might rise up. I think if food prices spiral completely out of control to where people can't eat, I think people gonna rise up, because hunger is a hell of a motivator. When you hungry, you'll do anything. So I think if they were smart, they'd say, "No, we got to keep them fat and fed. We got to keep them fat, fed, and dumb."
Mm-hmm.
So we can keep doing what we doing. That's how I imagine they look at it. But okay, I'm gonna wrap this up because I didn't realize we was going for this long. So I'm gonna give you the last word on just your overall thoughts on, what do you think? I'm not asking you to make a prediction, but like, what are your thoughts or your feelings on, free speech going forward in America? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, if we don't get serious enough about protecting the Constitution as the citizens of this country, they gonna take it all away. Free speech is one of the first things to go. If they can take away free speech, what else are they going to take? And if we don't nip this in the bud, it's gonna get bad from here, man. It's gonna get real bad. The only thing, like you said, that will
Yeah.
help is once shit gets so bad economically that niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? They can't take it. It's like, oh no, we done had enough now. My baby crying.
Yeah.
Formula, I'm not breastfeeding, I can't create no milk. And, formula costs $30 a fucking canister. Yeah. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
most of
I
us don't
agree.
get paid a livable wage anyway. But free speech, I hate to say it, they coming for it. And it seems like there's not enough of a fight left in a lot of people. That's why I like independent media. I'm gonna say this out loud. I like Candace Owens right now. I don't agree with everything she says. I do not. But I like her because she's fighting for it. I'm gonna say another thing that might be inflammatory. I do not agree with this man, but I have been seeing clips of Nick Fuentes talking about this same shit on the free speech aspect and being able to, man, I hate that man, but I am with him when he speaks on these type of situations. It's a whole,
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of other independent people who are in the political space who are sounding the alarm, but all of them are, if you notice, all of them has been, determined to be bad people, bad guys. And if we don't lock the hell in, yeah, they coming for us all. They coming for us all. Not just the people with
I
the light.
agree. Yeah.
Not just the people with the light.
I
Everybody.
mean, I would say free speech. Free speech is one of the cornerstones of how I think humanity should be.
Mm-hmm.
Humans were born with a voice. We should be able to speak, hands down. No government should be able to control. No government on the planet should be able to say, you can't say this, you can't say that. Because here's the thing. As a black man that's been living in this country, I've heard some horrible shit. I'm going to defend anybody's right to speak their mind. Even the racist motherfucker. Go ahead, racist motherfucker. Say what you want to say. Say what's on your heart. Say it with your chest. Put 10 toes down. Say it with your chest. Say it with all the pride that you got. I want you to. For one, it just reveals to me who the fuck you are.
Mm-hmm.
That works in my favor. For two, free speech goes both ways. It's bisexual as fuck. You can say what you want to say. I'm going to say what I got to say. That's it. You can say all the racist, horrible shit that you want to say. Like they say, I will say it with you. Listen, I'm going to talk my shit too. Because as much as you talk shit about black folks, I can talk about your old Cracker Barrel ass too.
Hey, for real.
I can say what I got to say too. So that's why free speech is a wonderful thing. It's not you just get to talk to me and I don't get to respond back. No. Most of us are better shit talkers than y'all. So we gonna talk our shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can't stand nigger. Okay, cool. You don't like us. We don't like your ass either. What the fuck? That's it.
Is your mama your cousin or
So
your sister? Fucking you fucking around with them, dog.
oh, shit. All right, yeah. I'm gonna end this before it ends up going somewhere else. But at the end of the day, free speech. We should never let these billionaires or any public or private entity try to take away a constitutional right. Too many people have fought, bled, and have died for the shit that we have in this country. People of all races have fought, bled, and died for this shit. And to sit there and let some motherfucker, because they think they got power, because they got money, to let somebody try to snatch that away from us. If we let that happen, then we didn't deserve to have the shit in the first place. And like I say all the time, how I end this, how I always end these videos of mine, we are stronger together when we have the numbers. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.